Now, a lot of people, to them, Amazon means shopping. To others, it means watching and listening. There's Amazon Prime for video streaming and Audible for audiobooks and more, podcasts. Now, it looks like Amazon is adding its podcasts to its book. Looking to buy podcast startup Wondery. Let's talk to Bloomberg News Entertainment reporter Lucas Shaw by phone. Lucas, thank you for joining us. To start off, tell us, what could a deal like this mean to the podcasting industry?
Well, it would be the single biggest acquisition of a pure studio. The two biggest deals like this previously were Spotify buying Gimlet, which is the producer of Reply All, and then Spotify also buying The Ringer, which is most known for Bill Simmons, the sports podcaster. Those deals were, one was about $200 million, the other one was about $250 million. This one is rumored to be at least $300 million, so it'd be the biggest deal yet, and it would also really establish Amazon as the second biggest player, or spender, I should say, in podcasting alongside Spotify. Apple remains the biggest distributor in the U.S., but Spotify and Amazon are investing a lot of money in original podcasts.
Do you think this could potentially change some of the requirements on who's able to post podcasts?
I don't know about that. The tricky part with what Amazon is doing in podcasting right now is they actually put podcasts in two places. There are podcasts both on Amazon Music and on Audible, their audiobook service. I would imagine, what Spotify is doing is really opening up their platform to anyone and everyone. There are not a lot of limits on who can have a podcast. I would suspect that Amazon would be a bit more judicious, but right now, it's if you kind of forgive this turn of phrase, it is a little bit like the Wild Wild West, where everybody is just grabbing for land.
Now, let's talk about content for a little bit. Back in August, it was reported that Amazon said it'll launch podcasts as long as podcasters don't badmouth the company. Are you aware of any content restrictions that Amazon may be placing on podcast creators?
I haven't heard of any content restrictions. Every one of these distributors has different imperatives and different categories that they think people will be strongest in. But I don't know what would happen, for example, if they tried to do a deal with someone like Joe Rogan, who is now Spotify's biggest star and is known for having sort of inflammatory comments on his show. But I haven't heard a ton about restrictions.
Okay, so why do you think Amazon.com chose to purchase Wondery now? Is it just following along with other huge acquisitions that recently happened?
I think Amazon over the last year or so has started to take podcasting very seriously, both for its music service and by extension the home speakers, which are such a huge business for it, and because of Audible, which is a very dominant audiobook company, but wants to make or come up with a reason for customers to use it more frequently, and podcasting is a really good way of doing that. And then Wondery has been one of the most successful studios out there, and so I think they see an opportunity to get a company that has a lot of expertise at making good podcasts, bring it in-house, and try to really build that business. Okay,
well, Bloomberg's Lucas Shaw, thank you so much for joining us.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.